This is IHSEN iRacing, presented by the Indiana Esports Network. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first televised race here of the season for the Indiana Esports Network. My name is Drew Rote. I'm the lead coordinator, joined here by Alex Jones, Mr. Three-time winner of the league. And Alex, how are we doing today?
Doing good. It's a pleasure to join you in the booth for once.
Oh, well, we're hoping this becomes more of a more kind of an everyday thing. This is going to be awesome having Alex with us, and looking forward to it. Getting ready, heat racing format here. We got 2 heats, 8-lap heats, a 14-lap consolation race, and a 50-lap feature race, I believe. So are you going?
Yep, and we have 2 of the best oval drivers in the field. Starting 1, 2, Robert and Drew out here, so it should be a good battle.
Yeah, I wonder how that all went down. Hey, let's take a look at our qualifying results as we get kind of around the corner here. Although I'm having trouble getting the right camera on. Ooh, there we go. And taking a look here at the results from qualifying. And Carmel Robert in first. Carmel Zach. Oh, man, 300th back on that one. Pike Drew, Lawrenceburg Pablo, and Harrison Jameson rounding that one out in the top 5. As we are good to go. It's the 12 car, Carmel Robert.
You're going green.
And way out in front there, in front of Pike Drew in the 84 machine. That's Jameson Daniel in the Harrison car.
Robert's already pulled out a significant gap in front of Drew. You got a good start off the corner.
Yeah, let's span all the way over to Robert. Now, I think Drew's probably going to close that one down a little bit. We see that a lot in the oval racing, especially in the Indiana Esports Network. The leader pulls out pretty far in front, and then things kind of close back up, so it's not abysmal, but a sizable lead nonetheless. As Robert turns the fastest lap, 17.461. Oops. A little bit of collision there with the wall. Bit of a 2-horse race at this point. That's Harrison Jameson in a 33 machine. Well, I tell you what, here in our little blimp shot provided courtesy of the Goodyear people, Robert seems to be way out in front. Let me see if I can turn on some information for you there. Yeah, a whole second in front of Pike Drew.
Only with 3 laps remaining, there's Drew's got to pull a lot of time.
All right, here we go, a little bit of a battle here with the Ben Davis cars. For those guys, top 5 from this qualify, and then top 2 from as the 21 machine of Pike Ethan, getting a little squirrely there on the back ends. Top 5 qualify, so as of right now, both BD cars are auto in. Pike Ethan is out if the finishing order stays. It's like
and Ethan might have the inside here.
Yeah, Robert makes the pass there on Zane from Blackford. And with the final
lap,
lap,
had a wreck for 5th.
as chaos is happening in the background.
It appears both Ben Davis cars have made it out of that, but Ethan has not.
Oh, my. Whew. And that finishes up our heat on that one. Let's see what we got this next time. So results from heat 1 look something like this. Carmel Robert, Pike Drew, Harrison Jameson from Jameson. Ben Davis Axel and Ben Davis Zach are the 5 qualifiers from that. Lawrenceburg's Leland is 6. He still has an opportunity to punch his ticket if he's in the top 2 of our consolation race, which comes up after this heat.
Should be interesting to see Ethan charge his way through the consolation race. He was about to get that 5th place position, battled a little too hard, and got caught up in a wreck, unfortunately.
That's the way it goes sometimes. Hey, while we got a second of downtime here, Alex, talk to us a little bit about our track that we're at today.
This is Concord, which is in Concord, North Carolina. It's a half-mile tri-oval, so it has 3 turns instead of the typical 4 for a oval. All 3 turns are banked differently, pretty heavily differently at this track, all with very different radius as well, which creates very interesting racing, similar to Pocono and the actual NASCAR series, where you're getting 3 different types of corners compared to most ovals having pretty much 2 different types. Creates some good racing, but also makes it a little unpredictable and definitely a little harder than most ovals.
Absolutely, and on this track, I think it's an interesting thing that you spend a lot of time actually not on full power. There's such little straightaway with so much turning. You probably spend just as much turning as you do spend going straight.
Yeah, and that's definitely a difference from Pocono, the NASCAR triangle that we have. Is that, yeah, this one, you're definitely in the corners a lot more. They're a lot longer corners here. And I'm not sure what's wrong with the start
Harrison Matthew got a little confused on that one. That could be problematic. You know, you pass those cars on the line and they get going. That could register as a penalty.
Yeah, I think he did end up giving the positions back, so I believe there will be no penalty for that.
It doesn't show on my screen, but sometimes it doesn't always show what's going on. Zach pulls a little bit of a lead out here on his teammate Alistair, but it's a little bit closer than it was in the last one, as we have some carnage in the background. Can we go back to this and see on the replay? Oh, yeah, that was the Pike Ethan sandwich with the Ben Davis drivers in the first heat. So heading back to live.
We have a good battle between Alistair and Pablo here.
All right, let's see if I can get a little closer to that one. Alistair and Pablo.
They're battling for 2nd place. Pablo did qualify higher than Alistair, but they're giving us a good battle here.
Well, you know what I think, and you could tell that I think Lawrenceburg Pablo has got more speed than Alistair does. He throws it up on the inside. Does he have space to get it done? Looks like he does, and there you go. Alex Jones calling it, looking at these fastest laps from qualifying as the Lawrenceburg driver in those awesome Tiger liveries. Gosh, those look great. Coming around, pulling into 2nd place.
Yep, and it does appear he's catching Zach pretty quickly. He has a lot of pace here. Oh, but he might lose the back end.
It's tough.
Don't want to speak too soon. Commentators curse.
You got to find that. You got to find that balance of, you know, pushing hard enough that the car makes around as fast as possible, but not so hard you spin this thing around.
Mm-hmm. It does appear that Pablo does have a little bit of rear end damage from before the race even started. So I don't know if that might be slowing him down or getting him more loose than he should be.
Getting around one of our newer drivers there from Franklin County High School, Mason from Franklin County. And, uh-oh.
Alistair appears to have spun.
Yeah, picks up a 2X. That's what happened with Alistair here. This is
and
on the replay.
Pablo makes the move on Zach.
Ooh. Man. Let's check that one out and see how it goes. As Pablo gets a great run up on the inside. and absolutely has a great position to go around the corner. Zach smartly hits the
Pablo,
brakes, hoping to pull the switch back.
Pablo gets
And
it by 9/1000ths of a second.
oh, man. Holy cow. And here's a live look. Pablo takes it. What a finish. All right, that was pretty exciting. Hey, let's take a look at these full screen results here. Powered by our friends at appgeneer.in, the TV overlay for iRacing. This is our full screen results from Heat 2. Lawrenceburg Pablo, the leader. Carmel Zach, 9/1000ths back. Harrison Matthew, 3. Hobart Alex, 4. And UCD Gary, 5, punching their tickets. We got some great drivers sitting on the outside looking in, and Carmel Allister, Teddy Lamb, and Franklin Mason. Teddy Lamb, new driver for us from Harrison High School. Those guys, I joked to their coach this last week. I said, Mr. Gilmore, if you build it, they will come. So the current numbers every semester, they keep adding a driver. So soon they'll have 15 or 20 drivers.
Yeah, and we have a pretty strong field here for the consolation, but only 2 drivers are going to make it in. That should be very interesting to see what happens here.
All right, so we got Lawrenceburg Leland, Carmel Allister, Pike Lazarus, Teddy Lamb. Teddy is joining us from Harrison. Pike Ethan, Franklin Mason, Franklin County Mason, and Zane from Blackford. Gotta warm those tires up. Can't. While we're here on the formation lap, I want to take an opportunity to recognize the Indiana Esports Network. The Indiana Esports Network is a 100% volunteer-driven, educator-led, free-to-students organization. IEN is a collective of over 150 school districts across the state, ranging in size, demographics, and socioeconomic populations, all with the same goal: to use esports as a vehicle, that's my favorite part, to engage students who aren't involved in traditional athletics or after-school activities, to increase academic participation and motivation, and to create an inclusive community of students that fosters social growth, and to provide students with meaningful opportunities to develop 21st century skills and career competencies in a novel way. If you are watching this and you're a teacher or administrator, you're affiliated with the school, and you're saying, man, I want to get my kids involved in this, I tell you what, it's a whole lot easier than you might think. All it takes, hop on over to the IndianaEsportsNetwork.org and schedule a meeting. You'll get connected right with those board of directors. They're all teachers. They're all volunteers, all from the state of Indiana, as we're about ready to go green here. And they'll get you on quickly. If you're a parent or you're a relative and you're thinking this is great, go find somebody in your person's school as we go green flag racing. Lawrenceburg Leland takes the lead early as the Pike cars check up going around, although Allister going around the outside. Does he have enough speed to go as Teddy Lamb takes a spin, and now it is the 7 and the 81 duking it out for those last 2 spots.
Yep. They got a good gap behind to, who is this? Franklin Mason, one of our newcomers.
That's right, Franklin County Mason. It's a 14-lap race, so enough laps to come back from that maybe, but they got to get going soon.
And we got a pass for the lead coming here.
Absolutely. And the 81 machine turns the fastest lap at an 18.3. Lawrenceburg Leland's at an 18.5, so 0.2 off on that last one. Oops. And Allister's really starting to pull away here.
Yep, he's building a good gap, but they're about to catch some lap cars. This should be interesting.
Absolutely. 1.2 second lead and another fastest lap. That's 0.2 now up on Lawrenceburg's Leland. As Teddy Lamb there in the 4 car having a meeting with the wall. let's see what's going on a little further back.
Mike Ethan has issue in third.
Yeah, so it looks like Lawrenceburg. Leland is up. Oh my goodness, there's Teddy.
That promotes Franklin Mason back up to third. Back in the hunt, hoping he can track down either Leland or Alistair.
Yeah, let's take a look. Pike Lazarus now in third. It's in the 50 machine, as that's the leader right there. It's lap traffic. He's getting through, slicing and dicing. Man, the closing speed on the 81 machine is pretty good. As we see some of the beautiful liveries from around the league, we've got a Pike car, Carmel car, Franklin County car, and a Blackford car. All four right there.
Yep. And if we're looking at the lap times here, it looks like almost all the drivers have lost almost a full second based on tire degradation already. It's a lot of tire deg in less than 12 laps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking at this point, it's pretty safe to say that our two drivers are going to transfer, Carmel Alistair and Lawrenceburg Leland.
As long as nothing crazy happens,
yeah, that's
that
right.
would be a safe assumption.
There is
but you never know.
16-second gap, and a full lap is 18 seconds. So 18.1 is the fastest lap. As that right there is a lap traffic pass for third place. So provided Lawrenceburg Leland can keep it together, he punches his ticket into the finale, and your race leader, Carmel Alistair, punches his ticket as he passes Teddy Lamb there on the inside, Teddy on the outside. Oh, getting a little wide.
Ooh.
And there you go. Lawrenceburg Leland crosses the line. There's your 1-2, and that should set our order for our finale. 50-lap race.
Interesting looking at the tire deg from this race. It should be interesting with a 50-lap feature race. They might pit for tires, which is something that I've only ever seen happen once in IHSEN before.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. I am looking forward to it for sure. Full screen results from this one in the Conci race show Carmel is our winner, and Lawrenceburg Leland 2.5 seconds back. Everybody else was at least one lap down. Pike Lazarus, Blackford Zane, Mason from Franklin County, Teddy Lamb in 6th, and Pike Ethan in 7. We take a look at our full screen grid for the feature race. We see Carmel Robert in 1, Lawrenceburg Pablo in 2.
Radio check. Come give me a radio check.
Yeah.
Hello, my vending. I heard you.
Pike Drew in 3, Carmel Zach in 4, Harrison Jameson 5, his teammate Matthew Basinger in 6th, Ben Davis Axel in 7, Hobart Alex in 8, BD Zach in 9, Union City Gary 10, Carmel Alistair 11, Lawrenceburg Leland 12 rounds out our grid, and we are about ready for our formation lap.
Here's we have a lot of teammates lining up in similar rows here. We'll see if it's going to be a working together type of day, or if we're going to have some battles between teammates.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I always feel like there's a game plan to work together until the cars start running, and then after that, it doesn't always go to plan. And here we go. Overlays come back on, provided to us by our friends at appgeneer.in, the TV overlay for racing. iRacing. I am not a streamer. I am just a band teacher. But I tell you what, our friends over there at appgeneer.in give us the tools to make our kids look great week in and week out. And even a guy like me could figure it out. So if you stream anything like this, head on over. appgeneer.in is what you want. Incredible, incredible suite of tools that you can use. So this is a 50-lap race. A lot of racing to be had as we take our blimp shot. And I think it's interesting, the championship picture, as it lays, the 12 car and the 10 car locked in a little bit of a battle. The new and up-and-comer in Robert and the wily veteran in Carmel Zach, as Robert gets a major jump. I'm not sure if Zach was caught napping on that one.
Very early start from Robert. I think he caught everyone napping there.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're allowed to start when you're the leader. You can pick whenever you'd like to start, and I think Robert had that one pegged early, and he pulls a massive advantage out on the field, half second above Lawrenceburg's Pablo. Speaking of Carmel, Zach needs to have a good race. He is a bit behind his colleague. Let's show the Drivers' Championship. Here on the right-hand side, Carmel Robert is currently, as it lays, at 424. Carmel Zach is at 401. So absolutely a two-horse race. Pike Drew is a lot of points back. It would be difficult in a scenario to see Pike Drew able to make up the first and second spot, but he's comfortably in a podium finish here at 275. But I tell you what, Carmel Zach loses even more ground to his young colleague.
We have a good battle here between the two Ben Davis cars and Harrison Matthew. They appear to be working together, the two Ben Davis cars.
Well, there you go.
As I said, they've been working together this whole time, and it appears they're working their way through the field pretty well.
There we go. A little bit of a shot here from the Ben Davis sandwich featuring Matthew Basinger in the middle. Field starts to fan out a little bit. We got close racing here with Lawrenceburg's Leland and what is that? Hobart Alex? Yeah.
We don't have a whole bunch of time until we hit lap traffic here. Should introduce a new part of this race. Currently, most of the drivers are going to be spread out tire saving.
As we ride on board with our leader, let's take a look at what it looks like inside the car, as my FOV is a bit of a nightmare. There we go. See him sawing at the wheel a little bit, trying to stay out of the way of Union City Gary. That is lap traffic. Now, in our league, Union City Gary is supposed to give the inside line. Lawrenceburg Leland is the driver ahead, and he is in 11th. As Carmel's Robert Fisk making short work of all of that.
It appears our third place runner, Pike Drew, may have had an issue. He has pitted.
Oh, no.
Let me see if I can find what that was from.
Let's see if I can find some session events. Pike Drew takes a
It
pit
appears
stop
to
on
just
lap
be a pit.
10.
I can't see why he pit other than maybe for tires.
Maybe going for fresh tires. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Maybe. As I said, the tires should be a pretty important part of this race.
Now, a
Oop.
pit that
Oh,
early
no.
with
I tell
only
you what,
14 laps done, I'm not sure.
I think Carmel Robert got a little bit lucky on that one. A slight tap there with Hobart Alex. Nothing coming of it, luckily, and both drivers continue on their merry way. Let's see what Pike Drew's doing as he's now getting around Alistair, but I don't think that was a pass for position. He's still an additional lap down.
That is correct. Pike Drew is a lap down. We'll see he's currently in 12th position, which is last in this race, but with the new tires, he should be a lot faster than everyone else. If I can check the current lap times, I will see that.
There's all our cars on track. Kind of a bit of a mixed mess here. As Pike Drew
is running
yeah, what's
almost
his times
identical
look like?
lap times to Robert.
Wow. Well, maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe he pitted early hoping he can get that going. Oh, no. As there's a little bit of contact there between Pike Drew and Matthew Basinger in the 6-7 car. Complete with hand motions. All right, well, slice and dice through the field. He's not making up any positions yet, but I tell you what's pretty exciting. Let's see what happens once he catches up to Union City Gary. That car will be blue, white, and red from our friends at Union City.
Oh, and we have a car sideways. That would be Alistair again on the start-finish line, the same spot he was in the heat race with number 1.
And here's a little review on that one. Let's see. Carmel Alistair gets a little loose and meets the wall in not a nice way. And back to live here. Again, our replay is powered by our friends at Aptioneering.in, the TV overlay for iRacing. Drew looking to put it up the inside of Ben Davis' axle. And I think that 16 car is the first lap car. Oh, he's got to get out of the way. Smartly gets out of the way.
That would be correct. The 16 is the first car in Drew's path back to the lead lap.
And gets around that car. And also, looks like gets up on the inside of the Ben Davis driver. And Zach does not need to yield position here. So this is racing. They are fine to race. As long as everybody stays fair, we should be good. Looks like we've gone 23 laps.
Coming out the now.
So we are almost halfway on this one. As that's Alistair. Pike Drew currently in 10th place. Trying to get up on the inside. He's got fresher tires. And Zach closes the door.
We've just had a wreck in front of the leaders.
Uh-oh.
Does not appear the leader was involved in it, but...
All right, here's a review of that wreck. Oh, no. Looks like Matthew Basinger turns Gary from Union City. Oh, boy. That could be messy. As we go back to live now. And there's Pike Drew finally getting around Zach. Did he burn up too much of his tires? We will see. Zach's holding on. That is Ben Davis' Zach, by the way. Oh, another wreck. Yeah, let's see where that was. All right, who else we got here? This is our race leader after 27 laps. Comfortably in front at a 5.3 second lead. And growing.
We should have a good battle between Zach and Pablo. Zach appears to be ever so slowly catching Pablo. And if they hit a little bit of lap traffic here, you might be able to get a good move working on him.
All right, let's go on board here with Zach from Carmel High School. Let's take a ride on board here.
A battle that ended with 9/1000th last race. We'll see.
So close. I tell you what, you see Pablo going up really high. I don't know if that's intentional or if that is him just holding on for dear life. If it's intentional, that's an interesting line. If it is not intentional, he's got another 25 laps to nurse this beautiful-looking car home.
Yeah, it appears Pablo's still sliding. Same thing as he had in the heat race.
You know, two really rather experienced drivers here in Carmel Zach and Pablo, as it looks like Carmel Zach more patient and saw a little bit of a, as Pablo pulls out a little bit. But he's on the inside there side by side. Let me go back to the blimp shot here so we can see the race as, whoa. Oh, dear.
Oh, and Pablo ducks into the pit lane. I'm wondering if he's getting tires.
That would be an interesting thought. Who knows?
He might be doing the same strategy as Drew.
All right. Ooh, Harrison Jameson passed Pablo for P3. What happened there? Oh, because he ducked into the pits. I got it. That is not going to be it. Go back to live here. And, Carmel Zach also going in to take some tires. Now, Robert is also coming into the pit, so I think we are just pitting for tires today on a 50-lap race. So let's see what happens here.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Mr. B, we
Humanity.
can.
Hello, hello.
Hey, we are a little over halfway, with 34 laps into a 50-lap feature race at a very small oval. We see our leader who just came into the pits, and that is, let's see how much time.
So I am looking at it right now. Those pits are actually for fuel, not for tires.
Ooh, so we're out of fuel. That's wild.
So that strategy by Drew for pitting very early might be a very good strategy here. Assuming he didn't get slowed too much by traffic, he appears to have passed Zach in the pit lane. Drew may have a good chance of this.
He's got to come in. He came in too early. He's coming to the pits now.
Just too soon.
Yeah,
And he
that's right.
hits again.
He came in too early. I liked where he was at. Although it looks like he picked up some damage too. I liked where he was trying to go on an alternate strategy. That was pretty cool. Looks like he picked up some damage. Has a black flag, so he's got a clear penalty.
Yep.
Good idea though.
Now,
The strategy was good.
Are these drivers able to choose how much fuel to put in the car before the race, or is it preset for them?
No, it was preset for them, and it's preset at a small number. We had unintentionally, although it makes it a little more exciting for us, we had thought that it would be enough fuel, but it looks like it wasn't. So all the drivers are coming in for a fuel stop.
All right.
It appears Carmel Robert does take the lead back after everyone cycles through the pits here.
Oh, yeah, a lot of shuffling.
Just a little.
Yeah, Carmel Zach is 8 seconds back on his teammate, so Carmel Robert still comfortably in front. It's confusing because that is Pike Drew in front, but he's a lap down. Maybe 2 laps down.
Pike Drew is now on the lead lap, but he is comparatively quite far behind Robert.
That's amazing that he's on the lead lap because he also served a penalty. It just shows how far in front he was as he served a penalty early.
It also shows just how much pace Pike Drew has been able to hold.
Absolutely.
This entire race.
Now, this is a pass for position here if Pablo can get it to stick. That's 14 car there on Carmel Zach in the 10 car. Coming around, he's got the inside line. I think Zach wisely lets it happen. Can he cut the switchback? He cannot.
Zach's going to try and get the run into turn 3 here, see if he sends it up the inside. He chooses not to.
But he got pretty close. I tell you what, I don't know if he was expecting Pablo to be a little bit faster around the. Oh, no. Where'd Pablo go? We lost Pablo. Oh,
Uh-oh.
no. And Zach then inherits the position. Pablo is absent from the race.
Pablo's back.
There he is. Okay. I was going to say, did he disconnect? What's going on there?
Yeah, that
I
was
still
little
showing him in
Wi-Fi
second
issues.
place there.
some net code.
Wonder what that looked like from the driver's perspective, if they saw anything change or not.
Carmel Zach thought he had it, and then all of a sudden, wow, where'd this guy come from? So those of you that are watching, the audience out there, netcode is what happens when the sim, it makes some decisions, but it can't think faster than you do. It has to respond to you. And so sometimes it makes some guesses where it thinks you're going to be. And then if something weird goes with your connection, it has to reconcile where you actually went to where it thought you were going. And so you'll blink and appear, and sometimes it causes some bad wrecks. We are thankful that this time it did not.
Oh, and we have a big pileup in turn 1.
Oh, man,
Appears 4 or 5 cars have been collected in that.
all right, let's see if we can find
just
this
squeaks
one.
by.
So going to the blimp here. Just a little bit of an accident. Oh, no. Oh, no, gets collected.
Oh,
Boom.
no.
Boom. Oh, nobody makes it out alive.
And
Nowhere
there's
to go
still
on
cars
these short
recovering from
tracks.
that wreck.
Oh, geez, the carnage.
That has promoted Pike Drew up to 4th place.
As
The
Matt-
question now, if you sustain damage during that, do you go in and try and get repaired? Do you stay? Do you go in? There's a minute left. I think you
we're-
try and stay.
Yeah, you got to stay out. We're 3 laps from the end, so we're going to cycle over here to Carmel Robert, who is our race leader.
Oh, Pike Drew is pitted.
Ah.
I think he might have gotten a meatball from that.
Pike Drew, what a day. He's an absolute fighter and then still doesn't get to finish it off. That's a bummer. Although he might have just picked up another penalty, so we'll see.
Possibly.
Mark-
Yes, that does appear to be another penalty.
Okay, so it's just a drive-through. So Pike Drew is
Oh.
listed for me as 8 incident points. I don't know if that's accurate, as it doesn't always keep it together, but he's listed at 8 for me right there. And
Maybe it is not a penalty, it's pitting, so it might be for damage.
Yeah, we are, I think, on the last lap. If not, it's pretty close.
Yep, it's last lap for Robert here.
Yeah, Robert and our race leader coming across the line. And Robert finishes it behind his teammate, even though his teammate's a lap or so down. And next to Lawrenceburg, Pablo finishes it 4 seconds behind. Carmel Zach looks like he's holding off Lawrenceburg Leland, but he was, as Jameson Daniel, I think, has already finished, cycled through. And a whole host of drivers coming through here to our scenic shot. That is not the scenic shot. There we go. And
An amazing drift by Pablo there. I don't know if we're watching this.
all right, and let's take a look here at our full screen results of the feature race. Powered by our friends at appgeneer.in. Carmel Robert Fisk extends his lead on the field after 50 laps. He comes in first, 4.7 seconds back is Lawrenceburg's Pablo. 7.7 seconds back, Carmel's Zach. And that's really the championship fight right there. Right now, Carmel Robert continues to eke out some points. Zach was in front, and last week, Robert is in front this week. And also, I think he's won all of our ovals, so he continues his King of the Oval streak. Harrison Jameson comes in fourth again. I think he was fourth after last week. Missing on that one was Pike Drew, who had a heck of a day to fight through the field more than once. Ended up sustaining some damage at the end and did not finish, so finishes officially in 7th place. 5th place, BD Axel. 6th place, Carmel Allister. 7th place, Pike Drew. 8th was Harrison Matthew Basinger. 9, Lawrenceburg Leland. 10 was Hobart Alexander. Hobart Alexander. Next page on that. 11, Union City Gary. And 12, BD Zach, 8 laps down from the leader. But all in all, not a bad day. Let's take a look at our championship picture as we go. The full screen championship standings show Carmel Robert at 424 and Carmel Zach at 401. These are unofficial results as we see Robert doing some donuts there at the start-finish line. Pike Drew is in 3rd place, 60 points in front of Harrison Jameson. Harrison Jameson. Carmel Allister in 5, Lawrenceburg Pablo in 6, Ben Davis Axel in 7, Harrison's Matthew Basinger in 8. Hobart Alexander is in 9th. 10th place is a mystery to me. Something's going weird with our files here on the overlay. My computer crashed over Christmas break, and I had to reinstall everything, and I'm still finding things that are not quite right.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, what do you do? If I've learned anything from being involved in esports, it's that updates are inevitable. Every time you turn around, there's some update that you missed. All righty, let's see who we have here. Anybody in our room? Oh my gosh, we have so many people. Let's start with, looks like Pablo is here. Pablo finishes in 3rd place, right? 2nd place. Pablo finishes in 2nd place. Pablo, how was your race today? Talk me through it.
You hear me?
I can. Can the viewers hear you?
Yep. It was great. That disconnection part was interesting.
Ha!
Everyone kind of disappeared. I thought I lost it better than it came back. But yeah.
Yeah, I thought you lost it too. I was like, oh no, he's out, and then he was back.
Yep. No, first 25 laps, my tires were done. So I pitted for tires on the 25th, then did the other 25. It turned out well because I could pass Zach. I could pass Zach close to the end of the race because he had older tires than I did. But yeah, it turned out well for me.
Yeah, I tell you what, that tire strategy was something that we did not expect on this week. You know, we set up these races from my chair here, and for us to see that live when you guys were experiencing it was pretty exciting. See the pit for tires, it was pretty cool. So, hey, Pablo, talk us through anybody you got to thank today. Thank your sponsors. Who you got?
Oh, my delivery maker, the delivery that you love, Killian Davidson.
Oh, your coach made that one?
Absolutely, yeah.
Come on now. Shout out
Great.
to Lawrenceburg guys. I love that. That's like my favorite one.
Yep.
All right. Anybody else you got to thank today?
Our sponsor, Ulta Fiber, for making this possible. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Maybe your parents too.
My parents.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, absolutely. That's right. All right. Hey, Pablo. Nice job today. Always fun to see you in the league, and congratulations. We'll keep on with our interviews. Let's see. Up next, I have our third place driver, Carmel Zach. Carmel Zach, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man. Talk me through your race today. How'd it go?
Honestly pretty disappointing. You know, I got a little impeded in the first heat race, which caused me to go down to second place, which made me start fourth. I was able to jump Drew because of I honestly don't know what happened to him, but he was gone.
We'll have to chat with him later. We also don't know what happened.
But yeah, then I was about to pass Pablo, and then he pit. I decided to go one more, which kind of hurt my lap. And then I'm pretty sure he took tires. That's why he was faster at the end. But yeah, I didn't take tires, so I was kind of cooked there. He was able to overtake me, and it's a pretty quiet race. Overall.
Yeah, well, listen, I think there's a lot of ways this race could have gone down. There's big pile up earlier in the race that some of those guys were probably hoping just for a quiet race. And I also think that tires thing was interesting. We weren't expecting that from the league side. So to see guys take tires and come up with some different strategies was interesting. But at the end of the day, you still score points. You still get a few more points to your teammate in Robert. But a lot of races left here towards the end of the season, and we're hoping it's going to be a close one. For you, any thank yous you got out there, sponsors, anybody else?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, God.
I gotta say thank you to my family, my teammates, Coach Zoe, Coach Sharkey, and especially Mr. Rhoda, of course.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, thank you. And that one was Carmel Zach finishing in third today, 7.7 seconds back. And our top step for the podium finisher, Robert from Carmel. Robert, are you there?
Hello.
Yes. So, Robert, I think somebody dubbed you the king of the ovals earlier in the year, and I believe you are the only one that's won ovals. If not, you've won a majority of them. Your reign of terror on ovals continues. Talk to us about your race today.
Yeah, well, it was definitely not a very clean race. Luckily I was able to get the pole and just get a good jump on who was starting next to me. And then first, like, I don't know, 15, 20 laps are pretty quiet, and all of a sudden I was trying to lap Drew in another car, and then they like singled up and I got in the middle of it. So that was a little bit scary. Then luckily I had a fast repair that I had to use my pit stop. Yeah, and then like with 10 to go, that huge crash in turn one, I barely avoided. But luckily that I was able to get through and do some burnouts.
Yes, yeah, that's right. That's all that matters. I tell you what, you got a major jump on the field right at the start. Was that your goal? You're trying to play some tricks, or just ready to get the race going?
Yeah, I was just trying to get a big of a gap of. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Trying to get as big a gap as you could on the field, and I guess that plan came to fruition. Executed perfectly, got a major jump. I don't know if you caught the rest of the field napping, or you just got out in front, but that was pretty good. And I tell you what, you have been, Robert, the beneficiary of several races where you got out so far in front that you didn't really have anything to worry about. So I bet half the league is, not that they'd ever be happy that someone had a kind of a scarier race, but I bet they're happy that your race was a little bit more interesting, as you've had a lot of really boring races in the past. But at the end of the day, they don't ask how, they ask how many. And you continue your streak here in iRacing. You have jumped up on points on your teammate. Congratulations. Hey, who do you got to thank today?
I got to thank my parents, my aunt and uncles that are watching, my grandma, my friends, Aiden, Cooper, yeah, everybody that, and my coaches and teammates.
Absolutely. You got the probably the strongest cheering section here on the whole Indiana Esports Network, so that's pretty exciting for you to see. Hopefully go watch yourself a little bit later and see all of your friends in the live replay posting and saying what's going on. It's been great. So, all right, man, congratulations on another win. And our current points championship leader is Robert Fisk, rookie to the league, and on top. All right, Mr. B. And Alex, what do we got? What do you think? What are your thoughts on this one? I know you came in a little late, Mr. B. What are your thoughts on this one, Alex?
It was a pretty good race. Compared to last year's race here, I definitely didn't expect the tire strategy to be such a thing. I know iRacing has received a big update with ovals and especially the tires on ovals, so that definitely played a factor today. With the tire strategy, I'm not entirely sure if Robert took tires there at the end or there in the middle or not. We do know that Pablo did and Zach did not, and that obviously played out very interestingly. So it's interesting to think that some people obviously knew the tire was going to play in the tire strategy, and some people did not. We obviously didn't even know. So it's interesting to see how that played out. And I definitely think that last year's race was very similar in a lot of ways, but that tire strategy really changed things up from last year.
Absolutely. I love it from my standpoint. Throwing some little bit of chaos in there, throwing a little bit of strategy update, and trying to find, who's really thought through this one and who's able to think on their feet. I remember a certain driver from last year that was always pretty good about that one, and he ended up winning it all. It looks like Carmel Robert also thinking quickly on his feet this year, and who knows? We'll see. I don't want to curse it, but things are moving in that direction. Mr. B had to work his real job today, which is lame. No, it's not. It's awesome.
Telling me.
With that being said, your thoughts today from the race, as you saw, you probably came in like lap 50. What are you thinking there, Mr. B?
Yeah, so first thought was, gosh, it's good to be back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus. I had some things with work keeping me out of there. We had our break going, and I know we have some events coming up soon that I'll be in and out as I'm able to. But gosh, it feels good to be back. Good to hear your guys' voices again. And I agree with Alex on everything you said. I think the pit strategy, the tire strategy, fuel, all of these different components, you can run the same racetrack, you can run the same cars over the same years, but it's never the same race twice. Different strategy has to be implemented, just a different mindset going into things. I think that's great for these student athletes. I think it's great that they are kind of, I'll use the word forced in not a bad way, but they're forced into situations that cause them to think outside of the box and make these game time decisions in the moment. And you get real feedback on whether the decisions you made are beneficial or not. Some of these drivers today thought, maybe I shouldn't take tires yet. Maybe I should. And they, made a decision based on the information they had. I guarantee if we were to run this race again, get them all back in and go again, some of them would do the exact same thing. And some of them would say, you know what I did not work. I would need to try something new. And next week, should we find ourselves in a similar situation, I guarantee we're going to see some different strategies from some of the different drivers.
Absolutely, and I think my favorite part about this activity is the people that we get to go with, and the races are different for a lot of different reasons, but mostly because we have different people and different drivers and different thoughts, and that's the real strength of the esports activity, is that at the end of the day, we're playing games. We're playing games with people. And you get an immediate feedback when you're playing basketball, right? Because you can see that real life person in front of you. On this one, you can't see the real life person, but the real life person is still there. And so, for me to be a part of this thing is pretty exciting. And I can't wait until next week. Hey, we're back. Speaking of unknowns, Mr. B, I'm not sure if you know this. We are going to France, and it rains a lot in France. So that's right.
All right.
All viewers out there, we are probably getting rained on next week. Bring your umbrellas, because it's going to be a little rainy, and we're not 100% sure how the forecast is going to play out. So it depends on when the rain's going to hit. We'll have the radar forecast up for you, and we'll see who can be the king of the rain the next week. It should be really fun. All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us out there on on the interwebs. We appreciate everybody watching. Congratulations to all of our drivers. We are back in action. 5:30 is our normal start time. I'll bring up the schedule here in just a second. 5:30 is our normal start time. Check out our schedule. It's a little bit topsy-turvy at the end of the year. We are so thankful for your watching, and join us for the next one. Thanks, and have a great night. So everybody, here's our schedule at Circuit de l'Éden. I don't speak French, so if you do, I'm super sorry about that. 129 at 5:30. That's 4:30 Central for the broadcast. Student vote race in race 10. Race 11 is at the Charlotte Oval. Race 12 is always our finale at Laguna Seca. And then we have an all-star race, 226. That's an optional race. Kids don't have to run that. They get invited to it. And finally, one of our favorite events of the year, the IEN Indianapolis 500-mile race. It's really a 250-mile race because we only do it for an hour. But it's close. Anyway, all that to say, that is on March the 12th, and that wraps up our season. So thanks, everybody, for watching, and we will be back in action next week.